Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a full glam look using just drugstore makeup to prove to you that you don't need to spend thousands on makeup. So first we're going to go in with brows, and this is the e.l.f. laminating brow gel. I love this brow gel. I think I've spoken about it in other videos, but it's so good. It doesn't leave that sort of white bitty effect afterwards, which I really find I struggle with a lot of brow gels. What I also love about this brow gel is it's got the ends with the brush. I'm not sure if you can see that. And I find that this really helps with just shaping my brows once I've put the product on. Next step is moisturiser. This is the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Ceramide Barrier Moisturising Cream. I really like this as a makeup base just because it's really smooth. I feel like it hydrates my skin so well, and I struggle with my skin barrier being broken and destroyed, so I find that it's a really good moisturiser for my skin. You definitely don't need to be going out and buying another moisturiser. Whatever you use on your day-to-day moisturiser will absolutely do the job. I do love Korean skincare, which is why this is one of my go-tos, but anything will work. Next we're going in with primer. We want this makeup to stick. We want it to just grip to the face. So I'm going in with the Maybelline Grippy Serum. I'm actually quite new to this. I know it's been out for a while and I really like it. I am a sucker for the e.l.f. Power Grip. I think that's a really nice one. But I also really like this. Both the drugstore, so either work. You can literally see how sticky that is. It's amazing. This step is completely unnecessary, but I just love a glow. So I'm going to go in with some of the L'Oreal Glotion just to make my base a bit glowier before we put foundation on. I do also love mixing this in with my foundation. The colour I've got I don't actually love. It's medium glow. I feel like it pulls a bit red on my skin, but it is a really good product. Next, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay Foundation. There are actually so many drugstore foundations on the market that I think are amazing. I'm quite new to this one, but I do really like it. It's like a lumi matte finish. It's a bit of a mixture. It's not completely luminous, but the coverage is really good and really buildable on it as well. I'm going in with shade 128. Once that's all blended in, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer. This is in shade 030 Light, and I think it might be quite pale, to be honest. But this is like a really nice full coverage concealer. So I'm just going to go under my eyes. I'm just going to go in the middle of my forehead. I do also have a spot there actually. And I'm just going to go on my chin. And then I'm going to partly blend that and let it sit so it can build up even more coverage. Whilst that concealer is sitting for a couple of minutes, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Wand. This is in the shade Medium Tan, and I'm just going to put it where I normally would. Just going to squeeze the product out. Just going to do a couple of dots. I think it's quite pigmented. I've only used this once or twice, so I'm not really that used to kind of how pigmented it is and stuff, but when I have used it, I have absolutely loved it. With new contour products, I really like to work in sections, so I'm just going to do the rest of where I tend to contour. Also, this applicator is really good because it can get in small places for your nose. Next, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel London Multitasker Jelly Crush Blusher. This is like a jelly sort of, never really used jelly blusher before. It's pigmented, that's for sure. I'm not sure what shade. This is in shade Red Pepper. I think I'm just going to go straight in with it. I have like tested this before, but I've never properly used it. And I'm a bit intimidated because I feel like they can kind of stain and just cling to one place. It is a weird product to work with. I feel like it doesn't blend exactly the way my other cream blushes do, but I guess it's not really a cream blush, is it? It's more like it's like a wet product. It's It's more like a stain, like you could probably use it on your lips as well and it would sort of stain them. I think because of the product though, it's quite a good layering product, and it's definitely something that you can just tone down with your foundation brush if you feel like you've put too much on. I quite like that. I think that's going to be a new go-to. Okay, that's all my cream products done. I want to be completely honest and transparent with you. I am really happy with how it looks. I didn't love the concealer. I've used it a couple of times, but not with these products, and I felt like as I was going in with my beauty blender, it was becoming a bit patchy and kind of coming off. Didn't love that, but everything else is sitting really nicely. I was so happy with that contour. It's not clung to any dry patches. I have such dry skin, and it's not clung to any dry patches. It's blended really nicely. I'm really happy with everything. I wouldn't say it's my favourite concealer, that's the only thing, but it's not a bad product. I've used it before and I've really liked it, so. And my eyes, like I've managed to fix it pretty easily and it looks really nice. I'm just gonna go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip setting spray just to kind of give a bit more glow and life back into this, and also help it stick before we do powders. That is such a fine mist. I almost feel like nothing went on my face, but it did. That's a really nice mist. Next I'm going to go in with setting powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I'm just going to take it. Oh, it comes with a little sponge. I've never used this powder before, and it comes with a mirror. That's so nice to like put in your handbag. I got it, I think it's shade translucent. Oh, I've been the sticker. I think it's translucent. I'm just going to go in with a powder puff just because that's my favourite method. And I'm just going to tap off the excess onto my hand. And then I'm going to look up and just make sure I've got no creases. And then I have heard amazing things about this powder, although I seem to think that there was like an old version that people loved more. But I've actually never tried any Maybelline powders. First impressions, I do like that. I feel like it's really hard to judge for me with powder because it's all about how it wears throughout the day rather than how it sits straight away. Because I find most powders for me sit straight away quite nice, but I like to see if they've got flashback and I like to see how they wear throughout the day. Okay, I've got actually a matching bronzer and, ooh, they're magnetic. I've got a matching bronzer and blusher from NYX. It's the Buttermelt bronzer and blush in shade Butter Ballin' and You Know Butter. I have never tried these, so I am very excited to see what they're like. I've heard really good things. So let's go in with the bronzer first. I like to go on quite a big fluffy brush, even though I put it in quite precise places. I like to go in with a big fluffy brush. I'm just tapping off the excess. And then I'm just gonna tap that into my skin. 100% sure on the shade. Just gonna try and really lightly diffuse that out. Don't want to make anything patchy. It might be a tad dark and orange for me, but as a product, I do really like that. It's blended really nicely. Wow, I can't get over how pigmented that is. Just with the same bronzer brush, I'm just gonna go in and wipe away any of the powder that we put on. I like to do it with my bronzer brush just because it makes the powdered parts not too light. I feel like it blends everything in together really nicely. There's no like extra product on this brush. It's just taking anything that's left over, which is really minimal, and wiping away that bake. Next I'm gonna go in with the Buttermelt blush. Oh my gosh, that's stunning. It's got like a pearlized sort of finish to it. That is gorgeous. I hope it's pigmented. Just gonna go in with a blusher brush. I'm gonna tap off the excess. I will say that when I'm going in, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of excess sort of there. Oh, that is pigmented. Oh, that's so pigmented. That's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, can you see the glow? If you see it, it's like a gold reflective sort of finish. Wow, that blush is stunning. I need to tone it down a hell of a lot. I absolutely love that blush. And I'm about to say, I don't need to go in with highlighter. I do have a highlighter though, so I am gonna go in with it. But honestly, I probably wouldn't normally because that blush has given my cheeks the nicest. I think that's one of my new favorite blushes. I'm in shock. Okay, I have used this highlighter before. It's not a bad highlighter. It's very, very reasonable. I think it's like £1 or £2 or something. It's from MUA and it is Oyster Silk. I'm just gonna go in with my highlighter brush and just the tiniest bit. It's a really pretty highlighter. I feel like people don't love highlighter anymore. I am a huge highlighter fan still. Next we're going to go in with eyes. I've already primed them. I used a bit of foundation that I had on the brush, but you can go in with the concealer, a bit of foundation, whatever you really want to be honest. And just make sure you've not got any creases on your eyelids before you go in. This is actually a really well-loved eyeshadow palette. It's the Lottie London like 9 palettes in shade Envy Me. It's very like warm, bronzy, browny, earthy tones. There's a couple of like greeny, goldy reflective tones in there as well. So I'm just going to do a little eye look. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I am actually also going to go in with the bronzer on my crease as well, just because I think this will be a gorgeous transition shade and it was so creamy and blendable. So I'm just going to start with like a matte transitional shade just in the center, and I'm just going to run that through my eye. And then I'm just going to go in with this much darker brown for my outer corner. And then I'm just going to go actually in with the bronzer that I was just using, just to blend that out, as it's a bit of an in-between shade between the really light shade we did and the really dark shade. And then I just want a little bit of shimmer on my eyes, nothing too crazy. So I'm just going to mix the two gold ones together with my pinky, and I'm just going to tap that on. I don't normally go in with my pinky, and I've actually never mixed those two shades together before. I actually really like the dark shimmer shade on this palette, but those two together with the colours that I've used, that's stunning. To tie this off before I go in with mascara, I'm just going to go in with the Maybelline Pencil Lasting Drama. It's like a spinny up pencil, and this is in the shade Brown Sugar. Just to tie it all in, I'm just going to do a tiny little bit. I like pencil because you can smudge it out, but you can also make it look like a proper wing. I'm going to go in with one more layer of the e.l.f. Power Grip setting spray. And then I'm finally going to go in with the Maybelline Sky High Mascara in brown. I love using brown mascara. I also love this mascara. I've actually used it on and off for years, but brown mascara is just a game changer. Mascara, honestly, 10/10. I am very blessed to have pretty good eyelashes, so it does help, but I honestly think my mascara also really contributes. I do wish though that the brown was slightly more reddy brown rather than blacky brown, because I just feel like brown makes my eyes pop so much more. Okay, final step, lips. I am obsessed with Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. It is my holy grail, and the fact that it is in drugstores now is just amazing. Like, oh, I just love it. I personally don't love anything too reddy pinky on my lips. I'm more like the pinky brown taupey sort of shades, I think. So I'm just gonna go in with this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in shade London. I also really like quite a pale, I like to do a darker liner, a pale sort of lip cream / matte liquid lipstick, which is really 2016, and then a gloss on top. Oh, that is just my dream shade. It actually is my dream shade. Oh, it's my favourite lip combo. And then I'm just going to go in with the Rimmel Oh My Gloss Butter Me Up. This is just like a very neutral shade, just to put some gloss on. This lip combo actually really reminds me of a Jordana Tisha shade that I used to use all the time. Can't remember for the life of me what it is, so I'm gonna look it up and put it somewhere on the screen. But oh my god, it was my favorite. Her lip glosses were my favorite lip glosses for years. I'm so sad she discontinued them. Okay, I'm gonna go and do all my finishing touches, and then I will be back with the final look. Here is the final look using only Drugstore products. Let me know in the comments what you think and what else you would like to see.